Sometimes I do like being a minute or two late to see who the real cocksuckers in the chat are because those are the guys that watch you just to watch you fail. Like the guys that are on the chat talking shit the moment you're a minute or two late, you know those are the guys that are disliking shit. Like those are the guys that literally do that. How you guys doing? YDBT Daily. Coming at you. Today I wanted to talk about making bad financial decisions. Usually NA guys know all about this shit because NA guys hate money. They hate money. So what I did, I compiled a parts list on a vendor website to see how stupid your decisions are, and it's a visual representation of your stupidity. But before we do that, we always like to say hi to the people on the chat. A lot of people on the chat today. A lot of people are waiting on the chat. So we got Coca-Cola says hypocrite, whatever the fuck that means. Madi Bondo Bird in the house. Hi Alex. Got saying Lund is holding back on me. States need to pressure Lund into giving me an $8,000 rev tune. Can you believe that? Hi Alex. Got a friend saying Lund is holding back on me. States I need to pressure Lund into giving me an 8,000 rev tune. Can you believe that? I can believe that. Just because you want it doesn't mean you're gonna get it. You want an 8,000 RPM rev tune? Go buy an HP Tuners MPVI 2. Tune the motherfucker yourself. You're such a fucking Billy badass. You don't get to dictate what you get from Lund Racing. We know more than you. Way more than you. Like, not even close. We know how to keep that engine alive. The biggest variable in tuning people is the people. So, real quick, everyone in the house, Kyle M, Blazing Angel X, Paul Monaco, Robert, I know Patino Performance is in the house. We had some lightning storms roll through, killed everything. I got everything up and running in about the last 5 minutes, and then I watched for 2 or 3 minutes on the chat, see who would talk shit. Okay, guys, so let's look over at a parts list of really stupid people, right? So let me see, this one and this one. Beautiful. This is great. This is a nice little parts list right here. Hopefully we're still on. Really, dude? Really? Fucking really? There we go. Couple of... Oh, my fucking Lord. There we go. Okay. So, I'm going to minimize this list, and then I'll get to the other one. So, I'm going to turn on the 1080p monitor. Okay, so this is... let's look at this. Let's look at this list first. So, this is a list of what you would get if you were a naturally aspirated guy. If you're an NA guy, if if you're an NA guy and you're looking to go max effort, well, this is what you're going to spend probably over the course of a couple of years on the car. You're going to spend this kind of stuff on the car. And I want to give you the whole rundown of what it costs. So you're going to get a Ford Racing. We're talking max effort NA. Max effort NA. What do they do? Well, Ford Racing cold air, usually a Steeder closed intake if you're not fucking retarded. Comp cams, whether they be stage 2, stage 3, whatever. I think the price is pretty similar. Comp cam stage 3. Got some Ford Racing LU47s. So let's go by the price. $1,400 for an intake. $400 for a cold air. This is from the Beefcake website. $1,598 for cams. LU47s at $300. Long tube headers at $1,600. Circle D converter, whether it be a, I think it's more expensive, to be honest, for a 10R80, but I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure they're comparable. I looked it up real quick. So a converter, some welds, non-beadlock, because I guarantee this will be way more money when they're beadlock. So their shipping stay not applicable. So I'm not sure if that price is accurate. Are they $900 each? That's crazy. Drive shaft, okay? $892. If you want to buy axles, that's optional, but you definitely need tires. So the grand total for a 1090, 1080, 1070 NA car with a gut, let's say the best you can do is 1050 with a gut, Houston gut, $12,241.79. This car has a Kirky seat. It has dumps. It's awful to drive. It drives like shit. You probably did an over the radiator intake. You did just the dumbest shit on the planet. And it's a 1060 card, 1050 at most. At most. Now let's look at a parts list of a supercharged combination. Full weight. Gen 3 or so can go 10.2 or 10.1 in it. Comfortable with AC. Beefcake Special Paxton. That's the one I chose is because I've done this combination so many times that it's the cheapest in my opinion and the quickest way to get you running at least a 10.0 or a high 9. Beefcake Special Supercharger Kit. It comes with injectors. Comes with a BAP. 3.6 pulley. And that's all you need. $6,555. After taxes, $6,700, something like that. The same wheel and tire as before. $1,886. The same tires, $752. 2 of them. Header. I threw headers in just because I was a fucking... Just because. I don't know why it's $3,200. Let's go down. One. Oh, yeah, I must have clicked it twice like an idiot. So headers are optional on a boosted setup because I've seen guys with free flowing exhaust run 1050, 1040. I never had long tube headers in the black car. It went 10.1. And the grand total, full weight, 10R80 or 6R80 car that runs a half second quicker than a max effort NA guy, $10,816. And if you are a broke bitch, Affirm got you covered because this bitch is only going to run you $377 a month. So, NA guys, you are real fucking stupid when it comes to building a car the wrong way and spending your money on the wrong Coyote mods. That's the title of the show today. You spent all that money to flex on slow motherfuckers? You want to join a group. You want to race against a group. You want to join a group of slow motherfuckers to pop off that you're King Daddy NA. When motherfuckers like me, I'm like, well, throw boost and injectors and exhaust and I'm going to run 1050, 1040. Full weight. I still had money in the budget for axles or a converter on the other deal. That could have been a 9-second car. A converter, race gas, axles. I'm still within the same budget that your NA car. Running 1060, thinking you're King Daddy. Thinking because you went 6s in the 8th and 7s and 60 to 130 is saying something NA. Well, I did it NA, so that's saying something. Yeah, it's saying you're fucking stupid. It's saying you're really stupid. And I'm trying to save you money. See, when I tell people, save for boost. Oh, but Alex, everyone's going NA now. I think it's fun. That's a lot of fun to just open the window and throw money out of it. It looks cool. It's oh, look at that money just fly off the shit. Wow, that's crazy. Meanwhile, some guy with pump gas with his girlfriend in the car, donkey gaps your shit. Donkey gaps. You're loud, rickety, shitty, non-AC having, Kirky seat driving, maricon motherfuckers. That's the next sound clip I gotta get. That's the next sound clip I gotta get. Brian, okay, so let's start talking. We only have an hour, so I get right to it with the people, but I wanted to give you guys a little quick snapshot as to what you're spending your money on and what kind of performance you're getting and how badly you're deciding which combo to put in the car. I don't care that it's fun, it's slow. NA is slow. The fastest NA car, the Steeda car? If I was to put a list as to how much money they spent on that car, you know I can go 850 or quicker with the kind of money they spent on that car for a 9.6. Now, shout out to them. Awesome. The car runs good. Congratulations. I'm a hardworking guy and I really value my money. It's like being Lord of the, like what? I don't know. Imagine, what can I compare that to? the most badass NA S550 or Coyote, factory equipped, blah, 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 in the world is like being the fastest sprinter in the Special Olympics 100-meter dash. You are the fastest sprinter in the Special Olympics 100-meter dash. You're welcome. Paul Ponio says, that's not including install if you can't do it yourself. Tony be snoozing. Tony is out. Love that guy. I just got weld skinnies and beadlocks for my 10-2 S197 with tires. If a broke college motherfucker can go boost, y'all can too, says Hunter Walker. Take it from me. We did the whole CJ setup in 85, and thank God I could flip all the parts and profited. Went out and got a Vortec. Don't play with your money. Max the card out once. I spent 11 grand for a fully bolted stage 3 built motor, and yeah, it's stupid, but hopefully it'll last until, unlike the previous motor. No, Alex, you forgot to add in all the BBK parts, all the different exhausts, all the different throttle bodies, all the different porting. Brian E., thank you. That is a very good point. This amount right here, add $3,000 more. Why? Because you tried the JLT, you tried the PMAS, you tried the P51, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then you ported this. Then you tried 1050s or D-Stroke 90. Yeah, you're right. Add $3,000 more to this. By the way, shout out to Affirm, $426 a month. So, yeah, thanks Beefcake for allowing me to show. I mean, you didn't allow me to show this ad, but, shout out to Beefcake's website. It's configured really well. Everything was, I put it up there real easy, hit at the cart, bada bing, bada boom, showing you how stupid you guys are. Gotta love it, gotta love it. Remember, you saying no to the CJ intake with boost? I bought a Gen 1, was NA build before I got my hands on it. I'm gonna turbo it. Should I replace it for an AT manifold? Justin Harshman, yes. To make your life easy? To make your life easy. Yeah. Now, it doesn't matter to me. I can tune it. We can tune it. Lund can tune it. It doesn't matter. But the moment you start adding boost, that little side plate, this is where your motor is. This is where your electric gears are. And when you boost this, when you push boost into this, this is supposed to be draw through. It sucks air. When you push air and pressurize these areas, expect issues, bro. Expect issues. Plain and simple. Hey Alex, I might jump off the LS gang and join the Coyote game. What Gen 2 MT82 non-premium PP with a 4 triple pump and packs and making 805 on the E85 tune by PBD worth it in my opinion? You can pass up on that car. Pass on that car. Don't ask me why. Pass on that car. Love ya. Pass on that car. Also, shout out to Alex for recommending the Ford Forged steel crank sprocket. Easier on the pockets. $28. Got that as well. Ford Racing sells a crank sprocket. Crank. Spill it one. They just said fuck you to everyone. So Ford sells a crank sprocket. Like a upgrade crank sprocket. So we're going to go to American Muscle's website real quick. Forged steel crank sprocket, 5 liter or 5.2, $28. How much is MMR crank sprocket? Coyote. Coyote 50. Is this from MMR themselves? Dun 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 dun. Where's it at? $129 hairs. 28. 129. Fucking cake decision. Cake decision. That's why I don't want to sell parts anymore. I worked in a business where they tuned and sold parts. What a shit show. I had to literally tell people to spend money they didn't need to spend. You don't need to spend that kind of money on that shit. Why? Nah, you shouldn't buy this shit. This shit sucks. Now I can be honest with people. It's tuned by the wrong company, says YouTube corrupt. I didn't say that, you did. Gonna take my car to midnight, a twin turbo setup, and gonna try for low 8s, S550 ED. Nice. Any build is equivalent to living in South Florida. You must really hate your money. Hey, I love it here. I love it here. You gotta be around money to make money. If you're in Georgia, shit-ass KC, shit-ass Oklahoma, shit-ass St. Louis, shit-ass anywhere there ain't no money. I mean, you know how many people are just flocking to Kansas City or flocking to Oklahoma right now? But so many people just flocking to the Midwest. Dude, the fuck? No one's moving there. Why is everyone moving here? Nastang says the only reason to do an NA build is for road course where long-term heat weight become a concern and you have money to burn plugs if you know what rabbit hole you're going down. Also, the DT500 is supercharged and does the road course, but full Moco has way more money in R&D than that will work. If you want to go fast, you actually can go fast SC your car. There you go. YouTube Prep and a Free Speech is going to have Lundry tune it if it went that route. Chris, telling you, bypass that car. Just do yourself a huge favor. Because, again, I don't know what your guts are looking like if you've been eating some bad steak. I have no idea what your guts are looking like. No, thank you. You should hear the crap people say at the car meets. Rich 50, car meets are forums live. If you go to a car meet, Kroger, Publix, Kmart, they're not around anymore, but whatever, and you just sit there and listen to motherfuckers, I could not imagine what a car meet sounds like right now. Like I would go to a car meet wearing like a disguise. What's up, everybody? What's done to your car? Oh, that's an intaker. It's smaller than stock and makes more power than a 140 millimeter cold air intake. Can you explain the science behind that? Well, the faster the air rushes through the math. Oh, yeah. Oh, guys. You're so funny. Oh, man. YOLO Stage 1 and A, YOLO Stage 2 boosted. Can control packs have a flex tune? Matt Long? No. Now, not that they can't, but they'll never learn. The way the flex tune learns is, number one, based on the level of fuel in your gas tank. That's how it re-kicks the learning procedure. So it always has a floating stoich. Just a constant floating stoich. When you think about it, if you really understand how the flex tune works, like really understand it, that's not a bad thing. Like when it doesn't lock on a car, I go, big deal. Just log it after you've driven it a while. Oh, but I don't need it to lock. You don't need it to lock. But flex cars, NA car, Coyote swap cars can get a flex tune, but we say no because you're going to fucking stare at that engage the whole time and wonder why it doesn't lock and wonder why the alcohol percentage goes up and down. So we just don't offer it because we don't want to hear your bullshit. Chevy guys ignore Coyote guys. You know what? I would too. If I go to a car meet and I start seeing a bunch of S550s a lot lower than they should be, like that's the biggest giveaway, right? The biggest giveaway, if a guy is a racer or not, is the ride height of the vehicle. Let's not get it twisted. Unless it's a back-halved, mini-tubbed, tube chassis thing, your ride height should not be much lower than stock for me to take you serious. If anything, a little higher than stock. And I go, he might know what he's talking about. But if your shit is slammed to the ground and you have any non-factory colored lights anywhere in the car, I immediately discount you as knowing what the fuck you're talking about. Smaller velocity, come on, Alex. Smaller velocity, come on, Alex. Is it worth getting a Lund tune on my basic VMP Gen 2R kit with a BAP using the VMP tune now? Look, that's your call. No one really knows. Look, I've had both. I worked at both companies. My car ran considerably better on the Lund tune. And that's not to say anything against VMP's calibration. They're fine. The idle was insanely crisp. The drivability was unbelievable. And when I actually dissected why, it made a whole bunch of sense. I go, oh, it's simplified, for everyone's sake. And it just makes the car drive a lot better, in my opinion. If you're happy with the power at VMP, if you're happy with the customer service, stay with VMP. I'm not going to urge you to come to me. No, thank you. Hunter Walker slammed with the tilty wheels. If you're stanced, I automatically discount you as knowing anything about racing. If you're at a car meet talking about racing. And that's your race car. I know bolt-on S550 guys have that Innovate AFR gauge. Why does an S550 or Coyote guy anywhere have a AFR gauge on their car? Your car has factory widebands. If you have an N gauge or an SCT device, it displays AFR right there from the factory. I love it when a guy goes to a dyno. I love it when a guy goes to a dyno and they go, "Yep, dyno operator said it's running rich." I'm like, how does he know? Did he review the log? Nope, he's got a wideband on his dyno. Is it attached at the extreme end of the car to one of the mufflers? Yep. Ask him if that's as accurate as two widebands right at the collector. All of a sudden, the dyno operator shuts his fat whore mouth. If you, as a dyno operator, use a tailpipe sniffer and you don't put a wideband in the pipe somewhere, I'd rather you put a wideband in the pipe, then I'll understand what you're saying. And then, what's it configured to? What's your thing configured to? Leaded gas, non-leaded gas? Like, is it reading lambda or AFR? Because every single time, 0.79 lambda, boom, and the guy goes, "Oh, it's rich." Really? What does Ford command at wide open throttle in any supercharged application when it hits catalytic converter protection? 0.70. And y'all talking rich, that 0.79. Get the fuck out of here. The illest life cut, the illest. Oh my God. Like, I'm old, bro. I'm old. I'm legitimately old. When I have not gone to a car meet in a very long time. And I couldn't imagine going in any of my vehicles and trying to explain to people that I will donkey gap anybody in this shit with a Fairmont, unless they have something comparable. And explaining to them how it's a Coyote in a Fairmont running a Ford Racing control pack. And they're going to go, What? Like, what? Why is your car, like, raked? Why don't you drop it more? It'll get lower center of gravity to hook better. I'm like, oh my God, shut up. With boosting, of course, because of Orlando gas, I don't trust God. I don't know what he's saying, Hunter Walker. Intake 2 and S550 on bags and beadlocks are the racers at the meet. Oh, love it. Have you ever heard of Zero in Performance? They are installing parts for me, and I was just curious if you would recommend them. Thanks. High Rise 850, I've never heard of them. That's not to say that they're bad people. I almost pride myself in not knowing what's going on. I stay in my little bubble. I only trust 2 or 3 people personally in Florida to work on my personal vehicle. And anyone that's a dealer of Lund Racing, if you can find it on their website, is who we recommend to install your parts. I'm still convinced the Scat Pack owners that take over intersections are just as bad as bagged stance S550 morons. So every single time you see something on the news, and they say, street racers taking over an intersection. And I'm like, street racers taking over an intersection? Those words don't even make sense. Street racers don't take over an intersection. They don't take anything over. They use a long, straight road. What are we doing in an intersection? So then I looked at the report. I saw the article. I saw the show, and I'm like, oh yeah, those are street racers. Those are homos. Homos take over intersections. Homos do donuts in their credit score Scat Pack, in their Scat Pack credit score 420, whatever the fuck, in their Scat Pack 392 credit score. Or they street racers take over an intersection? That doesn't even make sense. What the fuck are you talking about? News reporter, shut the fuck up. 400 watts and 130 likes. Let's get these likes up. Peasant says Carol Racing. That's true. Look, again, I really hate begging, but if 400 of you are watching and 150 of you actually reach down and hit that little up arrow, shout out to you. I'm giving you guys information. I'm giving you guys a list of what not to do and what to do. And a third of you like the information. Shout out to you guys. The rest of you, you're just takers. You're just takers. Give me the info. I don't want to give you anything back. And what people on YouTube only ask is a simple like. So shout out to you guys. I don't know how many people get run over before they stop swinging. Cats going bad on my Ford GT. What's the best bang for the buck? I'm not going to tell you. Put another set of cats in there if you want to say illegal. Bit. Plain and simple. Then they claim they can drive when they hitting people. Laughing my ass off. If you do donuts in a long, high horsepower, rear wheel drive car, it does not mean you know how to drive. It means you know how to somewhat control the vehicle. Okay? Sorry. Doing donuts does not equal driver mod. It's just stupid. You know I always hit that like button, Papi, says Jared Wells. I appreciate you, sir. Did you get that Danger Zone clip yet? I'll do it for tonight. Tonight's dating channel show, I'll do it for that one. It's not good. It's not good. It doesn't fit anywhere here for Danger Zone. Exactly. Take them all, Beto, says Edgar Sanchez. So, speaking of stupid comments, says Jeremy Hewlin. Wanted to ask if you recommend a good clutch for the supercharged GT350 twin disc. Now, McLeod is going to have a decent clutch. Probably the only clutch that's going to last decently. We did Pat Spina's car. Pat Spina is a customer and friend of Lund Racing. He had a yellow, what do you call that shit? He had a yellow GT350 with a Whipple. Had a McLeod, I think, RXT. Senior took that sucker to Alpine, Texas, and beat the shit out of that thing for 3 or 4 days. He goes, Alex, it was phenomenal. And I drove it, and it drove really well. Now, that being said, I also recommend Mantic. But Mantic, I don't know, I don't see him around anymore. I get their newsletter about price increases and availability of parts, but I don't see him out there anymore. It was almost like he peaked, and he worked with a bunch of shit-ass YouTubers, and they didn't do nothing for him, you know? And I'm like, well, there goes that, unfortunately. Coming in late, but did get my like, so thank you, Matt Ford. Liked and disliked just so I can like it again, says King Yodi S550. Is it smart to start modding a stock S550 given the new electric muscle coming? Yeah, of course. Look, number one, Cal-M, you're not going to afford the electric muscle, right? Most of us are not going to be able to afford the emerging electric muscle car market. And someone said, there's no such thing as electric muscle. Yeah, there is. When it runs 9291 at 150, that's a fucking muscle car, bro. That's actually better than a muscle car because it weighs 4,700 pounds and runs 2 or 3 seconds quicker than said, like, give me what is a comparable sedan? The Charger. I always get them confused, Charger, Challenger. I even caught myself on the other show. I'm like, man, I'm so stupid. The Charger is the only comparable vehicle to the Tesla Plaid. Supercharged, 790 horsepower, and it'll get fucked in the asshole hard. By the way, oof. Did you see that in a similar price range comparison, the GT500 yet again comes up short against a German vehicle that makes 200 less horsepower. 200 less horsepower. I think it's a no, Tesla saw GT500. At least we can agree the GT500 sounds better, right? 503. Okay, so this is a BMW M4 versus a GT500 from a dig. The M4 makes 500 something horsepower. You know the GT500 makes 700 whatever the fuck. Look, I mean, look at this is bye.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on. I don't see him in my rear view. It's creepy. He's in my
boom. That's a gap, bitch, yo. That's a gap. On a roll, the GT500 fucked him up. But my God, GT500 owners, because we know most of them are fat guys with Larry Bird socks that are reliving their fucking youth, are punching air. Do not race an M4 from a dig, GT500 owner. You're going to get fucked. I mean, the M4 is going to go to the light after he beats you, and he's going to be like,
hey, get the fuck out of here, because I'm going to fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
I mean, you're going to feel real stupid. You're real stupid. Hey, I'd like to buy a GT500. Why? I just want to do light-to-light bruiser stuff. Stupid. That's really stupid. That's really, once you get an M4. Stupid. No, I don't like the M4. It's German, and, I hate Hitler. Yeah, that's really good. Fucking idiot. Dumbass. That thing got fucked up. It got fucked up. And then on a roll, It, of course, donkey gap, but they did another. They did multiple races on this shit. And I wish the M4 would have given him a car. This is another race.
In 3, 2, 1.
Race 2.
Go.
Oh, bye-bye.
Come on, give me the traction.
Oh, give me traction.
Still in my blind Damn spot. it.
No,
That's
it's all
the
good,
weirdest
bro.
thing. He just disappears in my blind spot.
Ooh, another gap. Oh, my God. If you would have bet the gap on that thing, you would have made money. 50 on 100 for a gap. Forget the race win. We know the M4 is going to win. But bet on the gap. Stupid. What the fuck is wrong with people still buying that car, doing light-to-light bullshit? I can't wait. Guys, listen. These are my hands. For those of you that are listening and not watching, these are my hands. Rubbing them together like that black guy with the yellow hat, with the yellow coat meme. I can't wait till the Mach-E comes out, Mach-E GT, and they race it against the GT500. What the fuck are you going to do? GT500 owner. Oh, it's not a real Mustang. It's a piece of shit SUV. It doesn't have the soul of Mustang. It's a piece of junk. It's junk. Piece of crap. Junk. Let's put it up against the Mach-E GT. Okay. And the Mach-E GT gives it a whacking by like 2 cars. And every GT500 owner, what's that? is going to be looking at like, what's that meme where it's like the uncomfortable, that stupid, I don't know what this is from, but this is the look. GT500 owners are going to be at a light and they're hoping it's a regular Mach-E and it says Mach-E GT. And they're going to be like, oh shit, son. I'm not sure that I want to, I'm not sure that I want to line up against it. I think the Mach-E GT is going to gap me. And if you're modded, it'll gap you even worse. Shout out to you GT500 owners thinking your car's a badass. Fuck out of here. You're bullshit. Beefcake Racing says, can't wait to race ours. Beefcake, could you imagine because you have a GT500 and you get a Mach-E GT and you put them up against each other. Stock for stock. And the SUV, it's not a real Mustang, hideous. They should never call that a Mustang. It's gay. Moms drive that car. Stupid, dumb, gay, electric. It doesn't have a soul. It beats the GT500. Boy, if the GT500 doesn't put a gap on it, a gap on the Mach-E GT, stick a fork in that motherfucker. It's done. It's a laughing stock. It's a fucking toilet. Fuck that DCT shit. Suck a dick. Now, it's cool in theory. You know? Awesome. But when we're comparing it against other vehicles, look at the M4. It's a $100,000 rear-wheel drive and BMW with 200 less horsepower. And it gaps it. Gaps it. Unreal. Oh, no one races like that, Alex. No one races like that. Everyone roll races. No one races light to light. Motherfucker, everyone races light to light. Everyone races light to light. When a GT500 owner pulls up at a light with a Mach-E, this guy's fast. Exactly. Shout out to Paul Monaco to get me that real quickly on Instagram. That's a look of GT500 owners when a regular GT pulls up beside them. Exactly. That's my point about this GT500. Now, if you bought it as the Clout Chase 2000, the Clout Industries 2000, because that's what you bought it for. The Clout Industries 2000. You didn't buy it to be fast. If you wanted to be fast, you would have bought a Gen 2 6R80 car or gotten a base model 10R80 car, manual trans, Whipple, or some turbos. Boom, 8s or 7s. Nope, you wanted the Clout Chase 2000. That's what the fucking car should be called. The Clout Chase 2000, because that's all it is. That's all these cars are. They're Clout Chase cars. I want to be the fastest. Insert dumb, filtered micro record right here. I want to be the fastest. 2020 GT500 with stock clutches and stock wheels and tires. Clown ass clown. Talk about wasting money on the wrong vehicle. Imagine buying a really good all-around vehicle that road races well. The DCT is really good for road racing, and you shove 1,000 horsepower in it thinking it fucking matters. You clown. Lund scientist, Lund scientist? I'm not a scientist. What would you prefer, pump gas blower setup or up on a Boss 3? Okay, pump gas blower setup on a Boss 302? Pump gas. So you're going to stay on pump gas. That means it doesn't like a lot of boost at low RPM. I would do a centrifugal. I would do a Vortec or a Pro Charger or a Paxton on that car. Now, because you're going to be limited to 10 PSI anyway, but the pump gas, you might be able to make close to 700 on pump gas with a centrifugal because it hits nothing down low and it keeps making power up top. Whereas the TVS and the Whipple hit harder down low. The blower is mounted on top of the motor, causing a bunch of resonance and potentially setting off the knock sensors, but it's also on a shift. The Paxtons and Vortex cause resonance because of the mounting bracket. So pump gas, anything that has 10 PSI, you should be okay, in my opinion. Hey, Alex, considering buying an old Lund Engage, $800. What do you think about it? Just getting the RTD pretty good, or are they still ironing out the bugs? I mean, look, Brandon and Dakota tune RTDs like it's going out of style. I have not, because I have not gotten the software and the proper training, because, you know, we do things a little different at Lund. So I have to go back up there once they're settled at their place, once Junior comes back from vacation, a couple weeks later, because I'm in no rush to go up there. It's just, you know, I got a little puppy. I got a bunch of shit to do, so I'm not in no rush. But I got to get trained, and I got to get on the RTD bandwagon. And it works. It works well. So I don't know why you'd want to wait. Just get an RTD. Look, this is the way. Let's just put it out there. If you want a very easy device to work with, and you think it's worth the extra money, have at it. If you want latest and greatest, and maybe not all the frills and all the bells and whistles, but it does the job and does really well. And if you get really well versed with VCM scanner and your laptop, you can see a whole bunch of shit. You can see everything live on a laptop, but you can see everything live, similar to SET Live Link. So if you set up your laptop with VCM scanner and have everything working properly, it's actually really useful. You can clear codes. You can do a whole bunch of stuff with the VCM scanner stuff. Just get familiar with the VCM scanner. That's what you're going to be using for data logging. Get up to date with the RTD software. Navigate it, loading, writing, writing vehicle, drawing the tune, all that stuff. Just do a bunch of research on that, and you're going to go, I can handle this. It's just basically basic laptop operation. Has anyone raced a 20 GT500 versus a 10R80 boosted? No, Bam Bam Slow, because the 10R80 boosted will fuck its shit up. Give me a bone stock GT500 and give me a base pump gas E85 Paxton 10R80 car. I'm sorry, pump gas 10R80 car with a Paxton. Boy, GT500 owner is not going to be happy. Dakota getting me right with the tune. Can't wait to start it after I'm off work, says Andres Martinez. Nice. Do I need a fuel system if I stay on pump gas in my 13 GT? Looking for just a little Roush 2.3. Can I throw a booster in it and not get a return style system? Well, the pump is old. Look, if you want to get a return style system just to have enough pump, but you don't have E85 in your area, that's also a good idea. Just to stay on pump gas, but have adequate fuel pump. There is enough fuel pump, meaning you're not relying on a factory fuel pump with a little amplifier on it to bring the boost up to 16 or 18 volts to feed your boosted Coyote. It's not a bad idea to get a return style fuel system in that situation. Now, if you go E85, you have to get a return style fuel system. I managed to find a one-owner Lund Engage for $300 while everyone is selling them for stupid prices. JD Swag says, RTD works. You'll be fine on pump gas, DJ, without a fuel system, set Matt 2011 GT. Mike Schmidt says, Tony chillin'. Tony chillin'. Just got here, about to flash the E85 for the first time, says Joseph Bargo. Good luck with that. Make sure that look, you know how many times I've seen people when I finish their pump gas tune and then they move over to their E85 tune and they still have a gallon or two of pump gas in the car and they only put 5 gallons in and send me a log and the short trims are pulling 15%. I'm like, yeah, this log sucks. This is what you should do next time you get an E85 tune after dialing in your pump gas tune. Get as low as possible, at almost to zero. Fill up the goddamn tank with tested and verified E85. Drive it normal, like a normal human being for 2 or 3 days or 4 days. Get it low again. Refill. Then send data logs. Representing OKC here says Dustin Harris. Ken Berry says, is the VCM kind of like the Ford IDS scan tool? No, it's more like SCT Live Link, but nicer. It almost looks like Mega Log Viewer. Yeah, it kind of is Mega Log Viewer. Assuming you have enough fuel system to keep up on E, what can you rev a Pax in Gen 2 Coyote 2? Whatever the fuck you want. What are the cams and intake doing? Meaning the cams, if they're stock, they're going to run out after a certain time. So I wouldn't rev it more than 7,500, 7,700 RPM. It's not an infinite power curve. It's just not how it works. I know this had this issue with the RTD. You need to download the correct drivers for it to read to your car, says Andre Martinez. Madi 50 will probably sell like hotcakes. Okay, Jared Wells. As of last week, I don't even own a Coyote anymore, but I'm still here supporting, looking for a nice Fox, maybe even an S197 chassis. Nice. That's nice. Just, you're going to have to start. You're going to build a... See, if I had no Coyote vehicle, I wouldn't buy anything that resembled anything that anyone's doing right now. Because I don't want a Fox body anymore. I have the Hush Money because it's... For those of you that know the Hush Money story, it's a personal thing. You know, I have personal connection to that car. But I wouldn't buy a Coyote a Coyote swapped Fox because it's a nice modern motor in a shit ass chassis that just happens to be good at one thing, going straight and fast. It does everything else super badly, like super bad. Zach Davis says, Alex, you tuned my Vortec with a 3.6 pulley in ID 1050s, long tubes stock manifold on 93. I just ordered a Boss intake with what ETA difference should I see? Quarter mile and elapsed time, mile per hour difference. Fuck me, I don't know. I have no idea because on a boosted car, the stock manifold does pretty well down low. The Boss manifold or 18 manifold with locked IMRCs brings the power curve to the right of the dyno graph, if you know what that means, meaning the power comes off later. But you should be able to see a couple of mile an hour differences, maybe 3 or 4, way up top from a stock manifold to a Boss if your car favors a high RPM power curve. That's not to say ET, you'll be quicker out of the hole. I can't. That's a lot of variables to take into place. Hey Alex, how more refined will my 19 DT with a stage 2 Whipple setup be once Lund tune is installed? I've heard Whipple stage 2 tune is okay, but feels a little lacking in potential. I don't think drivability is going to be better. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think anyone can tune the Whipple to drive as good as Whipple. They have access to all the shit. Whipple has access to OEM Ford data, OEM Ford software, OEM, like they have access to everything. They have bypass logic even in their calibrations. If you don't know what bypass logic is, look it up. We don't. So we have to make do with what we got. But the power output and the additional support, meaning if you want to grow with the car, you have to get an aftermarket calibrator. Alex, what about the S2000 Coyote? No, it's a Honda, dude. I love you. It's a Honda, not a fan. Maverick Sedan is what I'd like the Coyote swap next, says Turbo Diesel Dan. Colt 1080 says, sheesh, I keep missing the lives and having to watch the playbacks. What's up, Alex? Checking in for the end of this one. YouTube made 15,000 on it. Jared Wells did really well in the used car market. If I was in a better position to sell the cars, I would have done that. I would have sold 2. But one of them has a hurt motor, and the red one, in my opinion, I like. Once I tried to put the exhaust on yesterday to give you guys content. It rained. It fucking rained. I couldn't do anything. Again, can't do anything until the weather gets better. I just asked Dakota, but I think it was too late. Do y'all just want the 11 plus general channels for E85 flex logs? So I'm blown away by this. Like, I'm literally blown away by this. There are people that ask me, hey, Alex, there are 2 configurations on the N gauge. One says 05 to 10. The other one says 11 and up. Which one should I use? And I go, what year's your vehicle? He goes, 17. I go, so why would you look at the 05 to 10 config list? Oh, that happens 6 or 7 times a week. Easily. Dre Day says 285 likes. That's more like it. Yes, I appreciate anyone that, because some people are watching on their television right now too, so they're not really looking to like hit like on a TV or a iPad or something like that. My friend's Coyote swapped his 60s Lincoln Continental sedan, Paul Monaco. See, I want something that has the potential of being quick and there's a lot of support in the aftermarket. Problem is that's the Fox body. It's a Fox body or an S197. I don't want to do that anymore. I've done it and it's cool. I want a black S197 to do stick shift shit one of these days again. And then I want like Coyote swap vehicles, like we saw the GT thing. We saw the Backdraft Cobra. Someone hit me up and said, "Oh my God, Alex, there's an MK4 with a Coyote for sale for $75,000. A Mark IV." I'm good. Thank you. Elijah's S550 says, "Alex, I'm going to the track with my Gen 3 10R80. Anything you recommend to watch out for? FFE, E85, and the tire." So don't leave the car running a long time in the staging lanes, because that's how your IATs get really high. If you're just idling in the staging lanes, creeping, it could be 5 to 10 minutes before you actually make a run when your lane is called. Lanes 5 and 6, suit up, bam, you get in that bitch and you start it. No, don't start the car until the car in front of you has moved off by a decent amount. And then when you start it, get up to that car again, shut it off. If you have friends, which I don't, leave your hood open as long as possible. Leave your hood open until you're about to get called to do your burnout. Hood down, burnout, take off. That's the best possible way of keeping the IATs at bay. But please run a hood. Don't take the hood off. That's fucking stupid. Swap a Cobra. What if you're watching it on TV but in the computer just for the chat? Says Isaiah with the Roush. By the way, he became a member. Bitcho level. Thank you, sir. Isaiah with the Roush. I appreciate you. This is for RTD VCM scanner. Since it says your tuner might send a specific channel config to use. Oh, got it. Yes, use the 11 and up. If they have one, use the 11 and up. Sorry. Alex, if we're sending you stuff for you, we just send it to PBH, right? Yes, Felter Snatch. Somebody sent me another video game console. Appreciate you. I got to see what it is. Jake sent me a picture. He goes, "You got another video." Someone sent me an Xbox S series and now a Nintendo Switch, which I don't even know what the fuck it is. I've never heard of a Nintendo Switch. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to like have a bunch of video game consoles I don't use. Cool. But I'll have them just in case, you know. They're great Netflix devices. Honestly, the Xbox is the best Netflix device. It's like boop, boop, and so is my PlayStation. I use them to just watch Netflix because the Wi-Fi antenna is badass, or the receiver, whatever it's called. So Alex, I have a 2011 GT. Should I buy a tune for 11 to 14 or a 15 plus? Says Matt. 2011 GT. That is very funny. Can I dump a bag of ice in my airbox to get colder IATs? I mean, technically you can. Some people started putting ice bags on old VMP Gen 2s and Gen 3s where the rotor pack is on the top. Now, if the rotor pack is underneath and the intercooler is on top, you can put ice on top of that bitch. It doesn't matter. Bomb the Bird says, hey, I don't have a hood. Take it easy. Take it easy. Hey, Alex, currently running an 18 manifold on the 85 JLT cold air intake 6R80. Any recommendation on which boost option should I go with? 18 manifold, 6R80, E85. Look, if you want to keep that manifold, get a centrifugal or turbo. Right? Money's no object. And I'm racing primarily turbo. And a turbo 400. Yep. Everyone that thinks that a 6R80 is a race trans or even a 10R80 is a race, I have a guy right now and I feel for him. He is a bracket racer. And he is trying to bracket race with a 6R80 launching with a JMS digital trans brake. Like, I love you, sir. You seem like a very nice guy. You're not going to get any good results with that shit. First of all, it's a 6R80. Second of all, it's a JMS digital trans brake. He goes, well, I also had a 3 relay trans brake, and that was lazy too. And I was like, well, if you want to race and you want really good trans brake, and turbo 400 is for you. Turbo 400, and he's boosted. If you want to race, guys, primarily race, and that's all you do is race, get a race trans. Tony is sleeping. Someone said Donkey Kong on the Switch is legit. Alex, were you going to be streaming gaming content? No, I'm not going to be streaming any gaming content. I'm not. Now, if the EPA has their way, I'm going to put an OnlyFans up and shove 15/16 wrenches the round end up my asshole. I got to get the bills paid. You know what I'm saying? Tony be farting while sleeping. I was thinking dry ice would work, and it takes 24 hours to dissolve. I mean, that's a lot of work. It'll get your IATs low, but eventually the car will be sucking in the air that's from the outside, not sucking in dry ice. So that's going to be a little odd. I got a busted 70-inch TV. Should I send it to PBH for you? No. Don't send me junk. Don't send me trash. Don't send trash to PBH. They're going to dislike that because they'll throw it right in the garbage. Someone send him an Oculus Quest 2. What's an Oculus Quest 2? What the fuck is that? What is Oculus? Oh, I mean, if y'all want to send me that, I'll fucking buy. I'll take it. Hey, Alex says Wild Horse 50. What horsepower level do you recommend with a Reed Turbo 400? I want to be around 850 next year with 373, 28 tires on my 17 GT. You don't need it for that. That's not. The Reed is overkill. Reed Turbo 400 for 850? Nah. Hell no. Hell, an MT82 can take that kind of power, for a little while. You could be okay with a 6R80, but it depends how often you're going to race. If it's only going to be your race car, yes. If it's your street car, your daily, your only car, stay with a 6R80, 10R80, or MT82. It doesn't matter. I wonder if the EPA talked to Ford about their new ProCal 4 tuning device from automotive manufacturers still coming out. You know what's funny? Insane? Some people have the blessing. SCT still pumps out devices. They got fined. VMP got fined. They still are able to tune. So I want to know what mechanism they use to be able to still operate. And use that. I'll send you an LS6 intake manifold, VR headset. No thanks on the LS intake manifold. VR headset, maybe. He'd use it for VR porn. Oh, hell yeah. VR porn? Woo! Hell yeah. That Turbo Green GT on that racing channel was interesting. It looked to be on a standalone, and it had a Turbo 400. But the car seems to be fairly whole street car for something running low sevens. Yeah, I think it's on Motec or something like that. It's on Billy Badass stuff. I think Brett's car. My ITs recover much quicker when the AFCO do heat exchanger. Had to do a bunch of clearancing on the 2011 bumper, but it was worth it. Yes, if you have a TVS car, the AFCO heat exchanger is the way to go, 100%. Kyle Wren says, dang, so far, the price for a max effort NA, I could get a Whipple, return style fuel system, and make big boy power. Glad I skipped all of that trash. So because the show is close to ending, today's show was basically talking about spending your money on the wrong Coyote mods. If you want to play the NA game, understand a 1050 car to build a 1050, maybe 1040 car in the winter is $12,000. And to build a 9-second full weight car is less than a slow NA car. Your call if you want to spend the money on going slower. Congratulations, you're slower now. Oh, but I want to be the fastest NA guy. Okay, so I want to be the fastest guy at the Special Olympics. Congratulations. Stupid. Alex, you didn't find the rubber booty yet? Thinking of sending you that. No, don't send me no rubber booty because I don't think I can have a rubber ass on the background and YouTube be okay, because what YouTube does is they see your content in general and they throttle it back. That's why some people that say, gosh, Willie, darn it, darn, dang, is the people that you can hand your iPhone to your kid with, aka your babysitter, and you know that channel's not going to talk any shit. They make those channels grow. If I start having asses, fleshlights, and people in weird positions, sex dolls and shit, this channel will not go anywhere. Dre Day says, no word on the Ben Calamer Stage 3 for 18 and up. Yes, there is word. I'll give you guys an update on that, and I'm going to show you. Hopefully he doesn't mind me showing you this, but there is hope. There is hope. Ben Calamer is on it. He is not one of these guys that's not on it. He's been really quiet, and he finally reached out to me a couple of days ago, and he said, dude, I'm killing it out here. I'm making my own parts. I guarantee it's going to be fucking badass. I can't wait until you see the shit that I got going on. So I'm going to show you just some pictures real quick of what he's got going on. Hopefully he doesn't mind me showing this. So these are, yep, look at this. So he's got forks. Boom. He's got fork coming. Billet forks. Good for you, Ben Calamer. Good for you. And he's got, I don't know what this is. He's just showing other shit. I want to make sure he's not showing like, we're not showing any porn or anything like that. So what else we got going on here? Oh, here we go. He also has gear sets. Sheesh. So guys, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's all coming. I'm coming. Look at that. Yep. Billet shit. Billet shit. He's on it, guys. So rest assured, the newer 18 and up MT82s will have some love. And there's going to be some really strong parts coming out for it real soon. Fast Hippo ZL1 says, you're going to make it through a whole stream without making fun of Mexicans. Rare. I literally played the Canelo clip within the first 3 minutes. That's making fun of his accent. I already did that. I did that in the first 2 seconds. Been waiting for this Ben Calamer news. Thank you, Alex. You're welcome. So see, exclusive. Ben Calamer is working on stage 3 parts, and only on this channel did you see what's happening. So don't you dare say, well, what the fuck, dude? Every day I give you something new to munch on, like this dick. I'm the strongest man amongst women, but I'm different. That's NA guys. Like an NA guy will lose to a boosted Paxton car that had a girlfriend and a slushy, and the guy's on the highway drink, with a Wendy's, and he sees an NA guy fuck with him, and he just floors it just to get him out of his face, and he slowly beats him. And the Paxton guy must be like, wow, that car's pretty quick. Takes an exit, doesn't even give 2 shits about that NA car. The NA driver was like, he only beat me by a half a car, bro. My shit's so fucking legit. He only beat me by a half a car. In your gutted, tin can, $12,000 piece of shit, full max effort, NA hunk of shit. Best 3 mods for 18 and up Coyote. E85 headers and a tune. There you go. What mods would you recommend for a reliable daily 680 that's NA? You don't have to do a goddamn thing. A goddamn thing. NA, 18 manifold, E85, long tubes, and a converter. A converter really changes the dynamic of the 6R80. It really does well. Did Donnie sell his GT just watching a race from 3 years ago with the donk race? Oh my God, yeah, he sold it a long time ago. He's had like 4 cars since then. Jared Wells says, if you were in my shoes right now, what would you buy? I've even thought about investing my money right now, not even buying a car. Jared Wells, that's exactly what I would do if I were you. You don't want to get back into the car game. You're a young guy and you're sitting on tens of thousands of dollars. I didn't start really going fast until I was well into my 30s. Build your shit, buy a house, badass garage, establish yourself, keep that money in your pocket, and then when you say, I got a lot of dough, because fast cars are going to be around everywhere, there's going to be fast cars until you die, things that you can buy, and you can build it, and you'll probably do a better job of building something later down the road than now, because young guys are in a rush. Young guys want to go fast this summer. Young guys want to go fast this year to make a name for themselves. I need to gap people this weekend. I need to go to the track this Friday. I need the tune done now. No, you don't. You got the rest of your fucking life to do that, bro. Blame Matt 760 for the NA popularity. No, it's not Matt 760. No, there's plenty of motherfuckers out there that did it way before him. And Robert Ball was going fast before Matt 60 probably could drive. Robert Ball's been in the game for a very long time. Robert Ball was building Fox bodies way back in the day. He got an S550. He has a 9-second Gen 2 S550. I repeat, a 9-second Gen 2 S550. That's impressive. I don't even want to think how much money and time he's got in that car. Alex, check the Viper C67 seasons. I raced her on Insta from Leadfoot. I don't care. I was just watching Tommy Mark's car and I was like, damn, I'll stay NA now and decided I don't want to be stupid. Looking for an 800 wheel. Would you do a Gen 2 or Gen 3 for engine reliability on the 85? Want to stick, but the 10R80 is no joke. The 10R80 is no joke. NA. Apart from that, it's a fucking joke. Because 750 and up horsepower, clutches, drives like shit, fail safes, junk. Unless you spend $4,000 to build it. Gen 2, 6R80, intermediate shaft, clutches, converter, and live a long life and be happy. In my opinion. Beat an Audi R8 on a dumb roll race last night. What NA versus NA battle of the century. Oof, so a bunch of gay guys started racing and you won. Unreal. Don't waste your savings, just get gapped by a Mach E. Phil says, amen. Stack your paper. Hey, that like to viewer ratio is pretty good now. That like to viewer ratio is wonderful. 409 viewers, 344 likes, guys. I really appreciate that. How about a GT350? What about the 350? Oh my God, the sun just came out after a huge lightning storm, just crazy lightning storms. Sun decided to come out and I'm going to get burnt. All right, I'm going to get the hell out of here. Wow. Real quick. Alex, any news about PFI speed case? Nope. It's been over a month now. Nope. I don't know a goddamn thing. I know what we're fighting. I know what we're doing, but I don't know what's going on with them. We haven't heard anything, but we're still fighting everything in the background. Alex, you do any investing at all? Just curious about that life. If I do, I don't talk about it because I am no expert. The investing I do, I leave it up. I pay people to do that. I do not talk about it because I don't want to make it sound like I know. Like those crypto guys, all of a sudden everyone was a crypto motherfucker. And now all of a sudden when they lost money, they ain't saying shit. They ain't saying shit because they say, I made 75,000, but you lost 100. Stupid motherfucker. I'm good. All right, guys, I'm going to get the hell out of here. Tonight, if you guys watch the dating channel, 8 o'clock tonight, we'll be on talking some shit. Had 2 dates last weekend. Good time. So I'll talk about those. And I'll get on tomorrow, 8 o'clock, regular time for the regular paid chat. Again, tomorrow, regular time, 8 o'clock. This channel, talking shit, paid chat. We'll get together then. Have a great rest of your Monday. See you guys later.